Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is the weekend tarot for the 13th and 14th of November 2021. I've shuffled, so I will cut. This is a major arcana reading. The moon. I'm just going to see about changing the zoom on this. Oh. Okay, that's better. The Tower and Temperance. Okay, well, we've got, don't really know what's going on. Oh, flipping heck, that's what's going on. Oh, that's all right then. That's the basic story of this reading. Okay. I'm going to make this quick because the storage is filling up. Right, yeah, the moon. Borrowed light. Information at one remove. Data at one remove. Interpreted rather than seen straight on. The sun is what is seen straight on. The moon is what is seen at one remove. Reflected from another surface, or the moonlight rather. Illuminates at one remove. Okay, and I do wonder whether this is something that is actually in the offing. It's something we don't see yet. Because I'm very drawn today to this tower here in the moon card. It's a kind of watchtower, and this is also a watchtower. Here we have this rather sort of eerie scene, rather, I can't think of the right word, but it's a bit grim, it's a bit weird. You can imagine someone at the top of that tower keeping a very, very close eye on the shipping coming in and out while the dogs go crazy. So that's established. That position there and that viewpoint from that tower is established, and it's so established that things are kind of going crazy around it. We've got, as I say, the dogs going a bit loony moon, and we've got this rather counterintuitive lobster here that usually turns up in the moon card in all sorts of decks. The lobster, I think, is there because it's representative of very, very old stuff rising up from the depths and kind of disturbing us. So within all this weirdness going on here, we have this very steady gaze, like the eye of Sauron from the top of that tower. Here we have the tower absolutely smashed to pieces by a force of nature. Now, this lobster rises to the surface via a force of nature. Whether it's sentient or not and decides it's time to come up from the seabed and show itself. We don't know, because we don't know how the minds of these animals work. But it bubbles up when it bubbles up. Put it this way, it doesn't bubble up because we tell it to, or because something tells it to. It does it as of its own accord. In the same way as these dogs kind of go crazy when it's full moon, they don't decide to do that. It's just what happens. This, however, is decided. What's going on in this tower, its presence and its purpose is decided. The same here. This was built. Someone decided to do this, and they decided to do it for their own reasons. We've got a cannon here. We've got the stocks here, or we can see this was a prison. Basically, it was probably a prison and a watchtower in one, smashed to pieces by a force of nature. So what I'm seeing here is a very swift movement from confusion to just something being blown right open. And once this has happened, it's clear that what was the confusing element here is basically rooted in the same stuff as what has blown it open, because this is a force of nature too. There was decision to build the tower, there was decision to lock people up in it and defend it with this cannon, but there was not decision for that bolt of lightning to come any more than there was a decision for the moon to become full, the dogs go crazy, and the lobsters to bubble up from the depths of the sea. So these two things are linked. Right, so lots of action, lots of stuff going on, lots of confusion. What on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? Boom! Oh, okay, that's what's going on. And then we move rather beautifully, and I'm very pleased to see it, into this Temperance card here, which is very calm, very, very calm. And I think the invitation on the table here today is to see how the inability to understand something clearly and the destructive force that can come out of the blue, literally, and or out of the grey with these clouds, and cause an almighty rumpus and basically throw our plans asunder. One of them is in one jug and the other of them is in the other jug, and they move from side to side with a rhythm of their own. So again, the juxtaposition of the willed and the unwilled is what's at play in this reading, and it's pretty explosive stuff. Now I'm just looking at what's going on with colours. I'm looking at what's going on with colours because there's something here that really reminds me of this. Okay, sorry about that. I needed to stick these films together. Okay, I was talking about the similarity in the colours here, but I think it's probably more just to do with the artwork. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to pull another one here because I'm really interested in how we move from such energy, such movement of what on earth is going on in the moon card, to this explosive energy, to this very, very calm energy. So I'm going to pull another one. Okay, yeah. It's natural. What I was going to say about this, sorry, we've got the Empress in the upright here. What I was going to say about this movement from the moon to the tower to Temperance here is that what we're going to see once this is blown open, once the confusion has been kind of popped with this kaboom kind of thing going on here in the tower, we're going to see that this is all very natural. There's an inevitability about it. That's where I was going with the Temperance card, and now we see why. This situation, this pressure, this tidal pressure of moving towards this full moon energy, and I know we're not in a full moon phase at the moment, but we are in a waxing moon. This kind of, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like inhale, 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 pop. Okay, and this growth from this to this is a force of nature, and it's as inevitable as breathing out after breathing in. Okay, all right, let's get another one. Fool in the reverse. Yeah, there's nothing new here. There's nothing, it's like the same lesson over and over and over again. I hope not just in my readings, but this event here in the tower that no one could have foreseen, once it's, everybody thinks when it's happening, it's like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. And pretty much afterwards, everyone's going, yeah, we did see it coming. What else was going to happen? That's the phrase I'm getting from this now. We've got the Fool in the reverse on the table. How else was this going to end? That's what I'm getting for this. That might be the title of the film. Okay. And now that this has happened, Magician in the upright, now that this has happened, what can we do? This clears the table. It clears the table for new action, and really there's something very inspired about this. I mean, look at him, he looks inspired, doesn't he? This clears the air, and it happens really quickly. and in a way that there's no going back. It's almost like a spell has been broken. And, some spells that get set up, and I'm getting this from the moon here, where it's all kind of, about smoke and mirrors, basically. Once it's exposed, once something happens in that Tower card, which basically blows it out of the water, and everyone's like, oh, that's how he did it. God, that old trick. Then we have the space to start taking some actions in response to that. It depends on how influential this spell has been. And the presence of the Empress here tells me that it has been, as well as it being a kind of natural process, really, that's happened, that this is big. It has affected many, many areas of life. So there's a wiping clean of the slate here, and the space now to start getting some stuff done in a whole new way. But the Fool in reverse shows that this process, the smoke and mirrors, blown out the water in the Tower card, is nothing new. We've been here before. But, it's good. We've got space on the table now to start doing some useful stuff. Right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.